if you say thine strength indeed is small. Child of weakness, watch and pray. Find in me thine all in all. Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow.
On February 29th, 2012, I was shot in the head in a drug deal gone bad. As I pulled into a parking lot in North St. Louis, I got out of my car to get the drugs that I was about to sell to men. And as I got back into my car, I felt a gun pressed up against my head. What felt like an eternity was the moment that would change my life forever. The gun did go off that night. The man in the back had leaned back and pulled the trigger, and as that bullet passed through my shoulder, passed through my brain, and stopped resting on my left eye, I was knocked out instantly. I don't know how long I was out for, but by God's grace, I was able to wake up and call 911. And as I remember all the details leading up to the moment I was in the ambulance, I blacked out once I got in, and 2 days later I woke up. And as I laid in that bed with half my skull missing, I began to reflect on my life. I realized that everything that I had hoped in, everything that I had placed my faith and trust in, everything that I had worked for up until that moment was shattered. I was completely ashamed, and everyone in my town that I had grown up in knew what happened. I worked for the next 6 weeks to learn how to walk again, and I worked through occupational therapy and physical therapy, but I can look back now and see that as God was helping me to walk again physically, he was also teaching me how to walk with him spiritually. God was placing a desire in my heart for him. And as I walked out, I realized that God was leading me into a new life. God was leading me spiritually to follow him. And as I began to attend church, my love for his church grew. And I heard the story of Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. I heard the story about the man who was raised from the dead 4 days after he had been in the tomb. Jesus saying, I am the resurrection. I am the life. He that believes in me, though he were dead, yet he shall live. So yeah, I was shot in the head. You probably weren't. But what you and I have in common is sin. Sin separates us from God. But Jesus came to pay the ultimate price so that you and I could walk in freedom. And so today, I praise the one that paid the price for everyone who believes in him. I'm Connor, and I'm a resurrected life in Jesus.
Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow. And Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he